that the emails from Hillary Clinton, do you believe that they're in Ukraine? Do you think this whole thing?
I think they could be. You mean the 30,000 that she deleted?
Yes.
Yeah, I think they could very well. Boy, that was a nice question. I like that question. Because frankly, I think that one of the great crimes committed is Hillary Clinton deleting 33,000 emails after Congress sends her a subpoena. Think of that. You can't even do that in a civil case. You can't get rid of evidence like that. She deleted 33,000 emails after, not before, after receiving the subpoena from the U.S. Congress. I mean, I've never heard that. She's done far worse than that, although I don't know how much worse it can be. But there were many other things she did that were wrong. But that's so obvious. She gets a subpoena from the United States Congress, and she deletes them. And then she said, as I remember it, that, oh, well, they had to do with the wedding and yoga. She does a lot of yoga, right? So they had 33,000 emails about the wedding of her daughter and yoga. I don't think so. How she got away with that one is just, but it's one of many. And it's corrupt government, because we have corruption also, Mr. President. We have a lot of corruption in our government. And when you see what happened with Hillary Clinton, when you see what happened with Comey and McCabe and all of these people, we have a lot of things going on here too. Hopefully it's going to be found out very soon. But I think that a lot of progress has been made.
Hello and welcome, fellow digital soldiers, to True Reporting. It is the 25th of September, and on today's podcast, we have incredible news coming out today, my friends. Hashtag CrowdStrike is making its waves. It is trending on Twitter. A lot of people are asking about this, my friends. A lot of information is going to come out. This is the grenade that will explode the heads of the deep state. Was it Epstein? Absolutely. I believe Epstein was the first wave of information to come out that was to awaken the normies to the realization that things are not as they appear. And the second wave will be CrowdStrike. This ties in every big-time deep state player from all over the world into what took place in 2016. My friends, this is unbelievable. I'm going to break it all down for you. There is a reason that this is in the news. There is a reason that Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, that we are talking about Clinton emails again. It is going to come out here very soon, as President Trump has said. Before we get into today's podcast, my friends, before we get into breaking it all down, would you please welcome my sponsor, Noble Gold. Hi friends, Thomas from True Reporting here. I wanted to tell you about my sponsor, Noble Gold, and what their plans are for the month of September. For this month, they are giving away a 25% discount on their most popular combo package, the 10-ounce silver bullion bar and the Trump 2020 coin. You can pick up both of these items together with a 25% discount when you go to TrumpCoin2020.com and type in the promo code TRUreporting25. So do it today and pick up an amazing gift. Thanks guys, and enjoy the podcast. All right, guys, it's good to have you aboard. Before we get into today's podcast, would you please go ahead and click the notification bell so when I post to this channel, you'll be the first to know. Also, please go ahead and click the like button. The more likes that this video receives, the more times it is recommended to other viewers, thus more eyes on the truth. And with that being said, my friends, let's go ahead and hop into it. This is True Reporting. So, guys, I have been diving deep into this CrowdStrike, hashtag CrowdStrike, through a ton of 17's posts, which we will go over. We will be going over an article talking about Joe Biden's son, Ukraine, so on and so forth. Guys, this is the breaking point for the deep state. It is nearing the end for them, shall we say. The first thing I wanted to touch on real briefly is we have been notified that 8chan will be back up by board owner Jim Watkins. It will be back up Monday or Tuesday, so you know what that means. The return of 17 should be back very, very soon. And what better time than what's taking place right now with these emails, with CrowdStrike, with Biden's son, with everything that has been taking place. 17 comes back. This is going to be the nail in the coffin, guys. I'm telling you. So let's go ahead and hop into this AP news real quick, even though they are part of the Mockingbird media. It says, and the reason I'm reading this is to show you, for you to show your friends what has been going on so it makes sense to them. The story behind Biden's son, Ukraine, and Trump's claims. Washington AP in 2014, then Vice President Joe Sellout Biden was at the forefront of American diplomatic efforts to support Ukraine's fragile democratic government as it sought to fend off Russian aggression and to root out corruption. So it raised eyebrows when Biden's son, Hunter, was hired by a Ukrainian gas company. This kid knows nothing about being the board of commissions of any type of company. He was kicked out of the military for being a drug addict. Why is he? This should raise so many eyebrows. Why is he on the board of commissions for a Ukrainian gas company? The best is yet to come, guys. The Obama White House said at the time there was no conflict because younger Biden was a private citizen, and there's been no evidence of wrongdoing by either Biden. There's been no evidence because there's been no investigation. Do we understand that? These people keep saying, the mainstream media keeps telling you lies upon lies that there's no evidence of wrongdoing because there was no investigation. Why was there no investigation? Well, because the prosecutor was fired. That's why there was no investigation. The guy was fired. This is during 2014 when they never thought she would lose, right? They were ready to go. It was about to be global domination of a deep state. We're talking Ukraine, Russia, China, Venezuela, Australia. All of these people, all of these countries were about to take full control, and they were going to sink the U.S. into basically a Great Depression. They were going to bleed us dry and then probably throw all of us into FEMA camps, and we would be at the hands of China. That's what was going to happen. And then the rich would keep continuously getting richer by selling out state secrets, correct? Yet the matter is back in the spotlight following the revelations that President Donald Trump prodded Ukraine's president to help him investigate any corruption related to Joe Biden. Now, one of the top Democrats seeking to defeat Trump in 2020. Trump's private lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, has also publicly urged Ukrainian officials to investigate the Bidens. Absolutely. This is another thing where they're baiting you, is they're saying that there was corruption between Trump pushing and prodding the Ukrainian president, Zelensky, right? That's not against the law. That's not a crime. This is what I want my president to do. I want my president to be the bulldog, and I want him to show him being an alpha male and leading his country in the right direction. I don't want him out there being some kind of sissy, right? I don't want him bowing down to China and bowing down to Russia and all of these big time countries that are definitely not for us. They're for themselves, right? We are for ourselves, and our president is for America and for American citizens only, right? There is no crime against being a alpha male against other world leaders. There's no crime. So the fact that the MSM is pushing this, the fact that Adam Schiff and Nancy Pelosi and Joe Biden are saying all these things is because they're finished. They're donezo, right? This is why they are panicking. You can see it all over their faces. They're saying it's a crime so that they will make the sheep, the CNN, MSNBC onlookers, feel as though our president has committed yet another crime, which in fact he has not. Hunter Biden was named a paid board member of Burisma Holdings in April 2014. The company's founder was a political ally of Viktor Yanukovych, Ukraine's Russia-friendly president, who was driven out in February 2014 by mass protests. Do you see what's going on? Do you see what's taking place? You have countries like Australia, like Ukraine, like Italy, right? Like Venezuela, like Brazil, like Canada, soon to be Canada. Trudeau's donezo, right? He's going to be out there. He's going to be out of there. They're going to bring in somebody who's just like Trump. The UK, we see Boris Johnson killing it. The Italian prime minister killing it, right? These people are not necessarily pro-Trump, but they're pro-non-corruption. They are following in the footsteps of our great president, right? So the fact that these people are stepping down left and right, like Theresa May, and obviously this gentleman right here, Yukonovic's stepping down for Zelensky to come in. It's all part of the overturn of the people. The people don't want corruption anymore, right? They don't want it. So these people are stepping down. The masses are awakening, thus the stepping down of world leaders and being replaced by people who are pro their own country and pro non-corruption. The younger Biden's business role raised concerns among anti-corruption advocates that Burisma was seeking to gain influence with the Obama administration. At the time, the company ran a natural gas extraction operation in Crimea, which was also lost under the Obama administration. A Ukrainian peninsula annexed by Russia after Yanukovych was pushed from power. Hunter Biden has denied using the influence with his father to aid Burisma. He remained on the board through early 2019, often appearing at energy-related conferences abroad representing Burisma's interests. And again, guys, this guy has no business being at the board. There's no reason he should be there. He's never even ran a company before. Why is he there? This should make you think. Tell your normie friends to think about this, right? And here's another point, that even back in 2014, 2013, you had deep state mockingbird media like the Washington Post, the New York Times, questioning this very circumstance. Why is this kid on the board of commissioners or the board of directors for this Ukrainian gas company? They were saying it back then, and now it's back in the news. So they're trying to cover it up any which way that they can, and all they can focus on is President Trump bullying this Ukrainian president, right? This is all that they can focus on, making it a crime. This is projection. This is pointing of the finger. This is what they do to try and besmirch our president and to try and manipulate those who are still asleep. The matter, however, has continued to be questioned by Trump and his allies. They've pointed in particular to Biden's move in March 2016 to pressure the Ukrainian government to fire its top prosecutor, Viktor Shoikin, who had previously led an investigation into Burisma's owner. Biden was representing the official position of the U.S. government, a position that was also supported by other Western governments and many in Ukraine, who accused Shoikin of being soft on corruption. Corruption has continued to fester in Ukraine. In May, the country's new president, Vladimir Zelensky, came into office with no political experience, but with bold promise to put an end to corrupt practices. This also goes for him, Boris Johnson, the Italian leaders, the the Brazilian leaders, Australian leaders, right? And soon to be Canada. Trudeau's out of there, my friends, very soon. They don't want him in there any longer. It says around this time, Giuliani began reaching out to Zelensky and his aides to press for a government investigation into Burisma and Hunter Biden's role with the company. In a Fox News interview on May 19th, Trump claimed the former Ukrainian prosecutor was after Joe Biden's son, and that was why the former vice president demanded he be fired. There is no evidence of this. There's no evidence because there was no investigation. It was halted by Biden and his minions. Ukraine's current prosecutor, Yuri Lotinsko, was quoted by Bloomberg's News in May as saying he had no evidence of wrongdoing by Biden or his son. Bloomberg also reported that the investigation into Burisma was dormant at the time Biden pressed for Shoikin's ouster. So we shall see, guys. This is blowing up in their faces quicker and quicker. This is bigger than Epstein, guys. I'm telling you, it is. This is it. This could be the pinnacle, my friends. Monday, Tuesday of next week, we have 17 most certainly coming back because the boards will be back. Now, guys, I wanted to go over some of these posts that will tie everything together. I have pages upon pages on my desk right now that I will be going over, basically bullet points as I read through the majority of these posts to make it sense to you, okay? So Facebook, DARPA, CIA, China F9 surveillance program. Hillary sold intel to China via CrowdStrike. Absolutely. So right here, they're selling our information, right? Facebook, we know when you go in there and you take these pictures of your face to make you look old, they're selling your data. Google is selling your data. All of these social media accounts are selling your data, Twitter, so on and so forth. So this is their surveillance program. DARPA was weaponizing Facebook. That's what it was. DARPA is a military corporation that weaponizes what has basically weaponized the internet, per se, all of social media. Hillary sold intel to China via CrowdStrike. Absolutely. She sold it to them because basically they were saying that, hey, her emails got hacked, when that's not what happened. They were leaked. They were leaked to CrowdStrike, which was in Ukraine, right? Do you see the tie? It was in Ukraine, and it was also sent to China. They were paid off, right? They were paid off. Hillary Clinton made millions and millions of dollars. The Bidens made billions of dollars. And so did a ton of other people that we will get into. Supply chain hack. China used a microchip to infiltrate the U.S. companies and military. If you remember this was the ships. Remember all of these pallets that were coming in with the microchips installed in the cell phones and laptops? This is why POTUS was saying, hey, all of my military will not be using any of these phones, any of this technology with this certain microchip in it. This was, again, China trying to take advantage of us, which POTUS says, hey, you know, if these people previously, the predecessor to our president now, were selling out our country, China jumped on it. This isn't on China. This is on our world. This is on our leaders, guys, our previous leaders and our government officials. Elemental servers could be found in Department of Defense data centers, the CIA's drone operations, and the onboard networks of Navy warships. Multiple people familiar with the matter say investigators found that the chips had been inserted at factories ran by manufacturing subcontractors in China. One official says investigators found that it eventually affected almost 30 companies, including a major bank, government contractors, and the world's most valuable company, Apple. One country in particular has an advantage executing this kind of attack. China, which by some estimates making 75% of the world's mobile phones and 90% of its PCs. Basically, 75% of the world's mobile phones and 90% of its PCs. We are intaking all of that, right? So every time that you have this facial recognition on your phone or on your laptop or anything like that, they are getting paid because they're selling your information to buyers, right? This is what they do. This is how they make money. They're taking advantage of what they've shipped into our country, right? And all over the world. But that's just what the U.S. investigators found. The chips had been inserted during the manufacturing process, two officials say, by operatives from the unit of the People's Liberation Army. In Supermicro, China's spies appear to have found a perfect conduit for what U.S. officials now describe as the most significant supply chain attack known to have been carried out against American companies. The more you know, right? The more we know. Again, China, China, China. When they want to point to Russia, 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 right? This is what they do. They're trying to divert our attention back to Russia. How the spy operation, referencing the Russian hacking, plus POTUS Russia false narrative, plus installation of Mueller, was constructed. Britain, Australia, New Zealand have accused Russian military intelligence of carrying out worldwide campaign of malicious cyber attacks. Absolutely, including the hacking of the U.S. Democratic National Committee in 2016. Why now? Think D-class, right? This is because Britain, Australia, New Zealand, and Russia military intelligence of carrying out the worldwide campaign of malicious cyber attacks. They're coming about now because they actually have people who are against pro-corruption, right? They are for non-corruption. So now they are saying that, hey, this company CrowdStrike that was basically bought by Hillary Clinton to actually hold her emails and to actually investigate her emails, right? This was actually green-lighted, right? Why in the hell would you have the company that has control of your emails to then investigate these emails? Wouldn't you have an FBI to investigate this, right? Why would you have, it's so undermining to Americans everywhere that no one even looked into this, right? No one has looked into the fact that the company bought and paid for by Hillary Clinton is now investigating what the leaks were, right? So it's just undermining the American people. Furthermore, they never thought she would lose. Clowns revealed in China/other Ukraine. 2010, 187. Hey, who leaked this, right? Who leaked this to WikiLeaks that all this was taking place, that there was a lot of voter fraud and that they were basically spying on everyone? Oh, that was SR, Mr. Rich. Sold Intel, HRC's open source server. We're saying that it was an open source because in actuality, it was open source, right? They basically said that, hey, we're going to give this over to the Ukrainians. It's a bunch of information, pretty much state secrets, right? Get whatever you need. You're going to pay us off. They're going to throw over 150 million, 300 million to Hillary. They're going to give Obama and those guys 60 million, and then they're going to give Biden and his son 1.8 billion dollars in cash. Here you go, and we're going to turn a blind eye to it, right? Missing emails. Notice the intro video where they said, hey, the reporter says, Mr. President, do you think Hillary's 33,000 emails are in Ukraine? He says, yeah, they're in Ukraine. He's basically saying that because they are in Ukraine, because CrowdStrike was bought to then investigate the 33,000 emails, right? That's what they were there for. Granted access. Betrayed, only the tip. This will be made public soon. Guys, this was coming out at the beginning of this year. So the plan is unfolding. If you think nothing's happening, you're blind to the fact, right? So guys, right here, 1959, it says China was granted access to Hillary's server via CrowdStrike. Absolutely, they're one in the same. And you have to understand, during this time, this was basically selling out state secrets. Right? They were going to bleed America dry. It was going to be world domination of a deep state. The deep state entity it really was worldwide, guys. It's amazing how fast this is being corrected by having our president and then these world leaders stepping up. The worldwide population is seeing what our president is doing, and they don't want this corruption in their countries. Okay? So basically, we're seeing the collapse of the worldwide deep state. But at the time of last year, we see that China was granted access to Hillary servers via CrowdStrike. They give out the money, they get the information, they sell our companies, they make a ton of money, and then they get cash back, right? The people who are running our country, the clowns, were getting cash back. Trending non-MSM, China hacked HRC server. False. It was leaked, right? It was just open-handed. Here you go. Check this out. Take any information you want, do whatever you need to with it. Just give us a little cash back, right? Absolutely. Starting back in 2010, HRC Secretary of State 2009 to 2013. Coincidence? Think server access granted. Money talks. CrowdStrike. This is why that our president will not stop talking about this now. He's broken the seal. Right? We already knew about this, guys. This was back in 2017. We have the information, which even validates these boards even furthermore, right? Right. So it's more of the same. He says United Kingdom worked with the Obama administration to sabotage the 2016 election. Theresa May, right? She had to step down. She just steps down, right? Randomly. Because she knows what's about to happen. She knows they're all screwed, right? She stepped down. Basically, the UK people, you see Brexit happening. You see the Yellow Vest movement. They are going after these leaders, right? I can't emphasize that anymore. McCain linked to Carter Page, FISA. We have all of these names from McCabe to Lisa Page, Peter Strzok, Brennan, Clapper. So many more people that are all tied to this. This is why I say this is bigger. This is way bigger than Epstein, guys. This is going to bring down a ton of people. What if the UK government worked hand in hand with the Hussein administration to sabotage 2016 election? Absolutely. Data collection. Yep. Voice, video, bugging. This is what they're talking about when they're spying in on POTUS, right? And his campaign. Creation of a fake intel dossier using ex-spy Christopher Steele, co-sponsor insurance policy referencing POTUS election. Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, No Name, Clapper, Brennan, Rice, Loretta Lynch, HRC, BC, Hussein, plus 22 others. What if Intel masked penetrations to frame Russia? CrowdStrike? Absolutely. This is what they were doing. Servers, SR, right? It goes all the way back, guys. This goes all the way back to Rich. It goes all the way back to Julian Assange. Why does the UK government desperately want Julian Assange? Think the source of the files, right? It's already been leaked. It's already out there. It's already been taken care of. God, pray for Julian Assange at this point, guys. Pray. Did you know that Ukraine, the company CrowdStrike, was a Ukrainian IT company, right? They're all part of it. They were just working along the deep state because they were bought and paid for, right? Access granted, right? Betrayed. Only the tip. This will be made public soon. I'm going to just keep reiterating this over and over and over again because it's huge, guys. It's huge. CrowdStrike linked to Eric Schmidt. Remember he stepped down too? Right? Even crazier. CrowdStrike closes $100 million financing round led to Google Capital. Oh my God. Google, remember selling our information. Remember Facebook selling our information. DARPA, it goes on and on. All these people are getting cashbacks, but they had to step down because they knew the truth was going to be exposed. Yep, absolutely. CrowdStrike investigated Hillary's private servers. There was no investigation, right? At all. They were one and the same. Ukrainian deep state is CrowdStrike, which is directly correlated with Hillary, Obama, the Bidens, all the deep state players. There was no hacking. There was only leaking. They were leaking state secrets, military secrets. Anything you could think of were in these emails, 33,000 emails. God only knows what were in these emails, but the NSA has it all. They see all, they know all, they have it all. One of 22, the DNC breach, the dossier, the DNC. Where did it come from? SR to WikiLeaks. Hussein, the DNI director, clown director, class 1 through 12, Google, CrowdStrike. All of these people have it. Google, DNC, they're getting the cash back, right? SR 187, by MS-13. Two of them 187'd him, right? Oh, it was a robbery. Oh, no, it was not a robbery. Nothing was missing. Look into the murder. Look into it. Debbie Wasserman Schultz, absolutely another big time player. F through I, D through J. I wonder if that's FBI, DOJ, assist. Absolutely. Insurance. Then you have the three walls of the pyramid, right? The Steele dossier. It's one side. You have the special counsel. Then you have Robert Mueller. All of this, right? The three sides of it. All three sides of what? Russia collusion. Russia. Hussein, HRC, Loretta Lynch, James Comey, AM, Peter Strzok, right? HRC camp, pay to play, right? Hey, you can have all of these state secrets. Just give me some cash, right? Right? Christopher Steele, Podesta, Holder. Are you seeing why I'm saying this is bigger than Epstein? Are you seeing why? U.S. Senator, no name, right? U.S. Senators, class 1, class 2. James Comey, Loretta Lynch, Hussein, a former president. Are you seeing why this is bigger than Epstein? This is massive. FISA 2, whoa. President Daily B, News Shot, BuzzFeed. Oh my God. U.S. Senator No Name, Public Narrative, Stage Set, Future Prevents Removal. Original Post, right? Or Operation, rather. U.S. Intelligence Legal Spy on President Candidate, President-elect, Republican Congress, Republican Senators, News Friendly, etc. Guys, and we have the Mockingbird media pushing this day in and day out. They are finished, my friends. They don't know what to do at this point. You can see it all over their faces. Just look at Adam Schiff, right? Look at Nancy Pelosi. These people are falling apart. They're falling apart right in front of our very eyes. And I believe, guys, this is going to be it. I really believe that we're going to have another investigation into this. You have William Barr, you have Giuliani pushing this Ukrainian mess, right? They're pushing it into the eyes of us. They're saying, look into this. Look into Biden's son. Why the hell was he on the board of commissioner, the board of whatever, the head of the board for this Ukrainian gas company, right? Do you see? I know, guys, I'm a little bit ranting. I'm pumped up. I'm extremely pumped up about this because, again, this is bigger than Epstein. It really is. And I believe we're going to see something from this. The boards are about to come up. I see us winning bigly. I was a little skeptical. I thought everything was slowing back down, too slow for me. But I'm back at it, guys. This is basically has its ebbs and flows doing this podcast. And I appreciate you standing by and listening to me. I'm only doing the best that I can, right? I'm trying to give you the truth. And through my research, that's what I'm here to do, guys. If you found this informative and you enjoyed it, please subscribe to my channel. You can follow me on Twitter at TRUreporting, and don't forget to leave a like. You can donate to this channel and keep it afloat by going to my PayPal, Patreon. I have a P.O. box and True Reporting merch. All of those links are in the description box below. Guys, please be kind and loving to one another. We have a live call-in show tonight from 8 to 9 p.m., so don't forget that. And actually, Tiffany Fitzhenry will be on the podcast Thursday. She's the one giving us great information on Ellen DeGeneres and George Clooney. She's been doing another one on Kevin Spacey that she's working on. So Tiffany Fitzhenry will be on the podcast Thursday, so get ready for that. She actually reached out to me, which was awesome, so I'm stoked on it. Guys, have a wonderful day. I will see you tonight, 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Call in with your questions, concerns, comments, whatever it may be, and we will get to the bottom of it. Have a wonderful day, my friends. Bye-bye.